welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Packers. All that and more coming up next.
Well, this 2024 season has been one to remember. Great games, great players, great finishes. And now, it all comes down to this. One game to decide it all. On this February night at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is Super Bowl 59. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the AFC champion, Houston Texans, and the champions of the NFC, the Green Bay Packers. A champion set to be crowned tonight. It's Super Bowl 59. And off we go to a flash of lights here in New Orleans. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. He's going to tuck it and go.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now Love. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they will finally run him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the gun, it's Love. Good blocking, and he's in. Jordan Love, touchdown Packers. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Way Walker.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ballgame. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
The Packers offense ready now for their second drive. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. He works free, right side. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game, and
that is caught back corner of the end zone. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Man acquired by trade in the offseason, it's Joe Mixon. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Andrew Cooper, the rookie, is there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll run on first down with Mixon. He fumbled the football.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. His second catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Now Stroud. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Texans.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point. And the Texans are on the board. It's now 14-7. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's fighting and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. On fourth down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and
that is intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Pierce for the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. This is caught downfield. It's down. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the 1st down. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw is Stroud. He's going to keep it himself. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's going to have a Texans 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
On the give, this is Mixon. Finding space at the 15. And he's going to take this all the way home. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
His kick is good. Next to score, Packers 21, Texans 14.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This returnable from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the bootleg, it's Love. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Now Love. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mixon. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he'll get this up to the 22.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Schultz is the motion man. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Couple of 1st downs already on this drive, and they'll go 1st down from the 43. Stroud going to set up to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it'll be second down. Stroud. They'll try to set up the screen here. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
On second down, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Third and long. They'll run a draw with Mixon. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the first down. Fourth down coming up. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. Good snap, good hold, good kick. So we have reached halftime of Super Bowl 59 here in New Orleans. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you two in just a moment. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. These teams finishing off their final adjustments. We're about ready for the second half of Super Bowl 59. And to bring it your way, we go back to Mike Tirico.
For the second half. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Texans offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Stroud to throw. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him. He's able to bring him down for a loss.
And great coverage on special teams to mark it down inside the 5-yard line. The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. Still going. Now look out. He's to the 20. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 96 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense make their way out to take over once more. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Mixon, and that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. 2nd reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Here's Mixon, and he is going to have a Texans first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll go play action with Stroud. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He's looking for Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Packers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of the first down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, Love. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
And he will have a Packers first down by a couple of yards. Give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. One quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. Second down and 3. A good play action with Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A quick slant, worked in by Watson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for second down and 4. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. You can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On third down, they go with Jacobs. And he's not going to get there again. Same player, same result. No gain, and now it's fourth down.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Here's Pierce for the return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a give running left with Mixon. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Take down. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now a big spot here for the Texans as they'll try for 2. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for 2, and it does not pan out.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll get about 5.
within the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Throwing on second down, Love. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
To the left side in the hands of Watson. Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. From the gun, it's pressure, gets there, and down he goes.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase in what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, Stroud. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. 2 minutes to play in Super Bowl 59. We're back to see this one wrap up. After this, they come up for 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this out to his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here we go. This is 4th down. To throw is Stroud. That's taken in. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
He'll look deep here for Diggs.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. And they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Stroud going to set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Stroud. Forced out to his right. He'll let this go towards the end zone. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. Third down coming up.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
In these critical moments of the game, like, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
And the Packers have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating